Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of 31 Days of Cut Files. Today is also normally Stretch the Sketch Day, but somehow I just overlooked that completely. So I'm not using the sketch and I'm not stretching it. So my apologies for that. I think this is maybe the second time I've missed in 6 years, but there are a bunch of people playing along with Stretch the Sketch, and I will still put a link down below so you can go and check that out if you are interested in seeing people use a sketch in a format other than the original intended format. Usually we use the 12 by 12, so you're going to see all kinds of things other than 12 by 12 layouts. So anyway, I am taking today's cut file, which is this steampunk frame. I'm going to call it steampunk. It looks really more industrial, I guess, which I don't know, maybe that is the whole steampunk thing. But I am taking some Beam watercolor paints in Wet Grizzly, and I am just adding some watercolor to it. And then I went to my rub-ons from 49 and Market. I think these are mostly from Spectrum Sherbert, maybe, I don't know, maybe a few from Nature Study, but I'm not really 100% sure. But I do have a lot of them left over, as you can see in that pile to the right hand side, and I'm trying to get them used up. So I'm going really monochromatic with green today. There's a ton of green in my photos and not a whole lot of other actual color besides like gray and gray. Well, my husband's wearing a gray shirt. It reads a little bit blue on camera, but it is gray. So I'm going to use these rub-ons all the way down the right hand side of my paper. I'm just using some Close to My Heart Daisy. Any white cardstock will work for this. It's not really a wet mixed media, so it's not like you've got to worry about how it's going to soak up water or anything. And then I just kind of laid them out ahead of time to see where I wanted them, and I'm going to go ahead and start rubbing those on to create a border on my right hand side all the way down the page to give it a nice bit of greenery and feel I guess gardenish. But I'm liking how that's looking. I also had, as you see here, I flipped one of those rub-ons to be pointed downward, because in a garden, you know, not everything grows straight up and down. So let's give it a little bit of interest by changing the orientation of the leaves and mixing it up just a bit so it doesn't look like everything is trying to go up the right hand side of the page. A lot of times when you see things on a trellis, they're going every which way. So that's kind of the look I'm going for. The 49 and Market rub-ons, if you've never used them before, they go on really easily. You almost, especially if they're brand new, you almost have to kind of be careful not to touch them to your paper unless they're in the spot that you want them on, because they go on so easily that they will just rub right off onto the paper without much pressure at all. But I do highly recommend them. I love the way that they look, and I love using them, and I really don't know why I have so many left over in my pile over there, but I've been putting them to good use, and hopefully I'll get a bunch of them used up. That way I can make room for more. Also, you don't have to use the entire rub-on in your little area. You can, you know, just put some of it down and then put the other pieces down in a different spot, and that's what I'm doing here. Any of the pieces that were kind of going off of the page, the tips of the leaves, I've just rotated my rub-on around, and I'm putting it somewhere else on the page to fill in the gaps, and I really like the way that that looks, and it gives you the maximum usage out of your your supplies. Pardon me. If you're wondering what the photos are about, this is a stop we made on our way to or from Idaho. I can't remember which way we were going, but this is in Lovelock, Nevada, and they have this whole area around their park in the center of town that has these chains that you can put your locks on. And so that's what my husband actually planned it. I had no idea he was doing it, but he pulled off and he was like, "We're gonna put our a lock on here for a lock of love," and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute! I love that idea. Let's do it." This is a town that I've been to many times for a retreat, and so I think it was his second time being there. When I shown him, we drove through the town the first time, and that's how he knew that that was there. And I think it's really cool, and so just documenting it that he planned ahead, and he does those kind of things. it's not unusual for him, so it's not like I'm documenting a super unusual moment of him planning ahead, because he is definitely more the planner. Um, but the the fact that he thought about it was really nice. So yeah, that's what we're doing there. In the bottom photo, I purposely picked that photo because our truck with the trailer is in the background. It also, the other two photos are us putting the lock on, and I think one of them's me pointing to the lock. So I am going to back my cut file with some packaging from 49 and Market's nature study, and I am just using some liquid glue to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down, get the portion of it in frame that I want, and then I will just trim the rest of the excess off with my scissors. I'm just letting it sit for just a second to dry enough to be able to cut. It doesn't really take very long for the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to set up enough to do this. And then I'm just trimming, like I said, trimming off that excess. And you want to let it sit long enough so your cut file stays put and it doesn't wiggle around too much on whatever you've backed it with. So there we go. I really like how that looks. It brings in a little bit more of the brown and makes the brown that I inked up the cut file in a little bit more prominent. And then I am using some walnut stain to go around the outside of the cut file just to make it pop a little bit more and have a little bit more dimension. I'm not doing a very heavy coat, and I'm not going really flat on the cut file. I'm just going over the edges. So this is where my little journaling spot is going to be. I'm just figuring out where I want to have everything else go on my layout besides that journaling spot and my title. So playing around with a lot of the ephemera from the Nature Study collection. I have pretty much sorted out my pieces into different bins from different collections for 49 and Market because they work so well together. I didn't want to have to go searching in my color bins for them at this point yet, because I have so much of leftovers that they won't fit in my color bins. So I am using this wood grain thicker set, and I'm going to have to use a 3 for the E and a Q for the C. I just trimmed off a little bit of the bottom portion of the Q and opened up the edge of it so it can look like a C, and then the number 3 I just put it on upside down. And so my title is actually going to go in this little spot here, and I'm liking the way that that's going to look. And I don't end up putting my journaling in that box at all. I end up I don't actually show you the journaling. It will go a little bit on the brown ticket to the bottom left hand corner, and then maybe a little bit on the white right next to that little dangling heart. And I think that's going to be fine. I don't have a lot to say. I mean, I can say it in a very, very few words that he made a plan to stop here, and that's what this is all about, where we were at and all of that good stuff. The title basically also tells you where we were at, although I am going to split up the 2 words to make it fit a little bit better. And we were in the town of Lovelock, not Lovelocks, so I think it fits better to split it up, but it is a nod to our location as well. So I'm thinking that looks really good. I'm going to add a couple little butterflies here just to kind of finish it off, add a little bit more brown into this layout, and I'm pretty happy with the way that it's come out so far. While I finish this up, I want to remind you that MK is also playing along with 31 Days of Cutfile, as it is our kind of series at this point. And if you are playing along, or even if you're not, you can go check out her channel and see what she has done for today, or maybe you've already watched her channel, because I'm getting my video up just a little bit late today. And go see what she's doing with the same cut file. I will also be doing a live over in the Facebook group with this cut file in a larger size. So you're going to want to go and check that out if you are somebody who likes larger sized cut files, or if you are someone who bought the digital pack and wants to see different ways to use it and different sizes to use it in. Now I am using a little bit more of the rub-ons here. I found some more green ones from this is from the card pack from Spectrum Sherbert, and it has these little tiny hearts. I thought I'd go ahead and add that in there, and I think those are super cute. And that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions or comments, you can go and leave those down below. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I really do appreciate the time that you spent with me today. So thank you for that. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this one. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing as well. I'll put links down below for MK's channel and for Stretch the Sketch, so you can easily check out those things, as well as the Facebook group for 31 Days of Cut Files. I will be back again tomorrow with another one. See you soon. Bye-bye.